Mr. Schrader, Mrs. Schatzinger,
Here.
Mr. Hanson, Mr. Gallops, Mrs. Kane,
Here.
Mr. Morrison,
Here.
Mr. Wirch,
Here.
Mr. Split.
Here.
We have a quorum.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No clay tonight? Okay.
I'll say a quick one.
Go ahead.
God the Father, just guide us tonight in making proper decisions, and please bless the city of Ripon and its people. Bless his council to do what's right, and as always, God bless each and every single one of you. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks.
Ben?
All right. Is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion to approve.
Moved
I'll
by
second.
Ben, seconded by Jolene. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving tonight's agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. There was no public comment on the list. We'll move on from that to the informal reports from standing committees and staff. Is there a motion to approve the list as published?
Motion to approve.
A motion from Dave, second from John. Any discussion on that? Or any discussion on approving as published? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those reports are approved. Next up is the consent calendar. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar as published?
Motion to approve the consent calendar.
I'll second.
Moved by Ben, seconded by Paige. Any discussion on that? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the consent calendar, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. We have one action item for the evening. Parks and Rec Committee, let's see. Looking at discontinuing some fees for the Ball Diamond. Let's see, Howard's not here tonight. Would you want to give us an update, or?
I can try.
Okay.
I think it's kind of in the meeting minutes there. Initially, I believe back in, let me refresh my memory. Initially, the discussion was about fees for ball diamond tournaments. Was the initial discussion back in, I believe it was 18. That discussion evolved into more of a fee-based club. And then the discussion went, in 19, I believe, there was a donation or a fee from the clubs to fix the diamonds up that needed repair. And then 2020 COVID hit, and there were no games played, no fees assessed, anything like that. And then this year, there was some pushback on that fee assessment, and the overall committee went the other direction and decided not to administer the fees for that because the Ball Diamonds would be taking care of the fields.
And it looks like the clubs are actually paying for the maintenance.
Say that again.
Is it the clubs are actually paying for the maintenance, doing the maintenance
Yep.
themselves?
And between the two, Park and Rec, the Park and Rec members changed in between these events of feeing it and not feeing it, so it swayed back to a different direction from that standpoint.
Okay. And do we need a approval from the council to
Yes.
uphold this
would be,
decision?
obviously something that generates revenue or offsets costs. So yes, common council should take specific action on, that's why it's on here.
And
The recommendation is that discontinue any charge for the, is this all ball diamonds? I don't, I'm trying to sort this out. Is it all ball diamonds, Mike?
It is,
So,
But you're only.
Little League, everything.
everything.
Okay.
But you're only charging fees to the 2 clubs? Right now, that's what we're doing, is we're charging fees for only 2 clubs.
Yes,
Okay.
now was this,
there would be no fee for the usage.
so reading in the meeting minutes, was this to waive the fees to any nonprofit or just everyone in general? So if an outside group wanted to rent the fields?
We still have in place, a fee if somebody wants to come in and use a diamond, from that standpoint. But this is for the clubs, I think there's 2 clubs for the, Murray Park area, and we never did anything with the Barlow who uses that. But we still have a diamond fee for if somebody wants to use a diamond outside of these clubs. That was not discussed.
Okay, so we're looking for the council to waive the fees for the Ripon Area Youth Baseball and Softball League
Yep,
and the Ripon Diamond Booster Club.
correct.
So it means that someone could make a motion, so a council member could say, I move
Yep.
to discontinue the usage fees to the Ripon Area Youth Baseball and Softball League and the Ripon Diamond Booster Club.
Very good. That's
Excellent
the
motion.
motion we're looking for.
And I will
Is that your motion?
Yes.
All right.
Second that motion.
It's been moved by Jolene, seconded by Paige. Discussion. John?
Question. I think I saw on somewheres that the Ripon High School uses Barlow Park.
That's correct.
Okay,
I believe there was a partial fee in for that also. For that, we never really did anything for that, but we're waiving all fees to all the clubs.
do they do any fundraising and help with the, upkeep of the scoreboards and?
I think Howard does a lot of that field prep and fixing of that stuff. I'm not sure about the fundraising, John, and stuff, but
Okay.
I haven't seen any money to upgrade the fields other than the 1 year that the clubs put some money in. Obviously, they've donated other things, refurbishing of the quads, bathrooms and things like that. I think that was in the first year too, so they do contribute upgrades and things like that also. Okay? Jim?
Well, it's kind of a unique entity because a lot of times we have to go through the city for our status of tax exempt, whereas some groups aren't. So they'd give us the money, we buy the things so that it's tax exempt, so on. They are tax exempt, they are 501c3s, so they can purchase the things by themselves. So it's one of those unique situations where it doesn't have to be bought by the city, correct, Bud? Is
Yeah.
I think of what
Yeah,
happens here.
that's a good point.
Where they go out and solicit for the scoreboards, for the signage, for fundraising towards the field preps, towards cleanup days, work days. I believe they have hours that are due every year by parents and/or
I don't know
players.
if they do that anymore.
They used
but
to, I'm not sure if they're gonna this year. I think it's in the discussion for this year with what's going on, but, so it's one of those things where it's a unique entity that's not giving us the money versus them spending the money, and they have always been open and transparent of those dollars being spent. There's never been a
Yep.
hiding of that or anything that I'm aware of since I've been doing it.
And the city is committed to still mowing. Obviously, we mow, we're gonna be mowing those fields and the parks and all that, so we continue to maintain that stuff is what was discussed also.
So prepping the fields for a tournament or prepping the fields for league play, I know Howard's very involved, obviously, but the clubs are as well.
The clubs are,
Okay.
yeah, it's my understanding that they fund that to
Okay.
have those fields prepped.
Okay,
I think I don't know the whole history, but that was a little different than it was done in the past where, and this was a lot of years ago.
yeah, I
Where the
recall it was
city had
different.
control of the rec thing,
Yeah,
stuff
Department, yeah.
and maintained and
Yep.
did all that. And it evolved away from the city and into the clubs more.
Yep.
And they prep and do those fields.
yeah.
For
And-
that.
And I just wanted to clarify that for the council, that I think they do assist in making sure that the property is ready for.
We do,
For-
and, you
for
know,
games.
for the tournaments, we get the garbage out there, we pick it up if there's a tournament. The
There's a
clubs help get
coordination.
the cans to the road where we bring in the garbage truck on a Sunday morning, empty those. And, you know, like I said, the mowing and some things that just need to be done. Last year, we've done some warning track, actually a couple of years in a row, putting stones down and spraying and some stuff like that. So we're not exiting anything that we've done. We were just trying to update some of the stuff that we had, and we just don't have the funds.
I think the motion's clear as to the two clubs. I think there's a clarification that the school is currently not being charged for use of the diamond.
We
So-
didn't charge them at all,
Right,
no.
so there's no issue there. They chip in or they're helping with getting it prepared for the high school season. So I think the motion is in play.
Jolene?
I'd just like to add that I think Becky Baird did a great job. She's the president of the Ripon Area Youth Baseball and Softball League, of sending all of us council members some additional context for this and explaining the case as to why, as a representative, that she's grateful to, that we are considering, approving what the committee has brought to us, has recommended to us. And she also said that if there is, please, let committee know, I think she's already said, if there are needs of the fields, to not be afraid to, invite them in. I'm not sure that needs to be a part of a formality. I think it could be just be in good faith that maybe annually they're invited in to be explained what the needs might be.
Yeah, and I got about a laundry list, a 5-year capital plan that we're trying to do and whittle these needs down. So that's brought to the Park and Rec meeting. We'll distribute that to the clubs if I think they did ask for that too, so. But I keep putting things on the list. We take some things off that we fix and we put some things back on. So it's more of a look forward and fix stuff.
Any further discussion on this one? Hearing none. All those in favor of waiving the diamond fees to the Ripon Area Youth Baseball and Softball League and the Ripon Diamond Booster Club, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Project updates and staff reports. Lori?
I do not have anything.
All right. Mike?
Good right now?
Keith? All right. Moving on, I don't have any appointments.
Mayor, excuse me. I had a question for Mike on project updates.
All right.
Horner Park, now that the snow is gone or going, if you're good,
You jinxed it,
if you
John.
have that on the schedule to,
It's not on the schedule, but it is in my head along
Okay.
with the swing down there. We want to hit some things up front. We got some trees that need to be taken care of and some road work. But it is in 21 will be done, okay?
good.
So it might be a little later in the year, I don't know when, but I haven't scheduled out into that far yet.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. I don't have any appointments tonight, just my standard, be safe, stay healthy, be kind and considerate. Any other comments or future agenda item suggestions from Council members? Nope. All right. At this time, we will adjourn to closed session under Wisconsin statutes 19.851C, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Is there a motion to adjourn to that closed session?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved by Ben, seconded by Paige. All those in favor of adjourning to closed session, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourn to closed session.